Our phones consume much of our time. Some cannot imagine going to the washroom without their cell phone. We're practically sleeping with our phones, replacing intimacy of self and others with connection to a plastic device. What a cold relationship.
So, does the radio stop when you get into a car accident? Or are you just sitting there like...
On my end. Hi, it's Cheryl. Yeah, I actually have a few.
I noticed my phone addiction when my attention span began to dissipate. I noticed my phone addiction when I began craving notifications on Instagram and constantly comparing myself to others. This relationship left me with no other choice than to cut things off with my phone. I locked my phone away for 14 days. In this video are the challenges I faced and what I realized about our relationships with our phones. Hi! We are currently on day 7 of breaking up with my phone experiment / challenge. There has not been a day that I have not thought about my phone. Some days it's when I first wake up, when I go to sleep, throughout the day, or all of the above. It's either I'm wondering if somebody has texted me, or I'm wondering what's happening in the world, or I'm feeling like I'm being left behind because I'm not using my phone. I find that I have more time throughout the day because obviously hours aren't used on my phone, but I think that time is still being replaced with other forms of procrastination. The first thing that I noticed when I stopped using my phone, I haven't really talked to anyone in a week. I talked to my sister the other day because she had messaged my brother, and my brother came to me and asked, and then through my computer. There's one day we had a lecture and I was just on my phone the whole time and I just couldn't focus, and I was anytime I was reading something I would pick up my phone 15 times and I would try to put it in the bathroom to put it away, but then I would just go to the bathroom and I'd grab my phone and I'd sit on the toilet for 15 minutes just using it. And I was you know what, I need to just turn it off, put it far away, and just focus. So I've been getting more done, which is good, but every day I've been thinking about it. Every day I've been my phone, where is it? I think the biggest takeaway so far is just my social interactions with people. When I went to work, there was this moment where there was 4 of us standing in a circle and we were talking about stories. This one girl was sharing a story with me about this time that she got really drunk. And everybody was on their phone, just like this, standing there. And even she, the one who was telling the story, had her phone in her hand. I think I was the only one who was really listening. I was the only one who was engaged with her, looking at her eyes. And because of that, I think she felt better about telling the story. And the story somehow became more interesting to me because it was this is the entertainment right now. This is what I have for my boredom. I don't have a phone to distract me. I just have this person's story. Alongside that, being at work, whenever I took my breaks, I would normally go onto my phone for 15 minutes. But I didn't do that because I couldn't, so I ended up going for a walk and I started swinging on a swing set instead. Another note is my safety. It's interesting because the original reason for getting phones, which you might be able to relate to this, was for an emergency. The reason that I persuaded my mom to get me a phone was because I'd be out with my friends, and what if I needed to contact her? Or this way, if I have a phone on me, she'd always be able to reach me, you know, in case of emergencies and everything. I was driving back from work. I didn't bring my phone with me. And the thought occurred, what if I ran out of gas? I was pretty low. What if my car broke down? I would have to walk pretty far. I wouldn't really want to be hitchhiking. That could be dangerous. And like talking to strangers, like people aren't even really talking to strangers right now because, you know, coronavirus. And plus, even if I got to talk to a stranger, I don't know anyone's phone number, so I wouldn't be able to even call anybody. So I would just have to like keep walking home in hopes that I would like make it there okay. And like that thought crossed my mind, and I was like, please car, please take me home. Jesus, take the wheel. I was like really stressed. Having this experiment, the reason why I'm separating myself from my phone is because they're addictive, problematic, distracting. It's really based on negativity that the phone is not good. So it's like, this has given me perspective to be grateful for my phone in certain ways and to see it actually as a tool that can be helpful instead of something that is holding me back. The only thing is that I feel like we need healthy limitations and restrictions. Hi people! It's been 14 days since I broke up with my phone, and today is the day that I'm getting back together with this thing. It honestly feels foreign almost in my hand, which is so strange. Like, it's only been 14 days and it feels weird like holding it. Like, what is this object? I don't know. This could go either one of two ways. I could get no messages and be very sad about myself for a moment, or I could get messages and be like, oh yeah, hit me with that dopamine. It's turning on. I kind of feel like an anxiousness almost. Hopefully I remember my password. Wow. Okay, that's that. It feels good to know that I'm in control. I feel good about it. I feel a lot more like refreshed and rejuvenated, and I think that now I will be able to mindfully use my phone and be more aware of the relationship with it and know that I don't need it and it's not a dependency issue. I can get my dopamine from a lot of other things, let me tell you. It's crazy because I already feel a pull towards it, eh? Like, I just picked it up and now I like want to pick it up again, which is absolutely insane. There's a quote that goes along the lines where it's, if you need something so bad, you might think that you own it, but you don't really own it, it owns you. And I think the dependency on our phone, it's like, it's making our phones like own us and kind of control us in a lot of ways, and it's rewiring, not necessarily for the worse in a lot of aspects. Like, there are a lot of positive aspects of your phone. It's now allowing me to prioritize my time, because I don't want, like, the only thing that we have in life is time, and time is constantly running out, and I don't want my time to be stolen by these social media giants or by these phone companies that have created a device that psychologically ties you to it. That's just not how I want to spend my time. I prefer to spend my time laughing with my family and creating connections with people that go beyond your phone. I would prefer to ponder a question before instantly Googling it. One of the most interesting parts that I found is that I had so much FOMO hardcore, the fear of missing out, and not just because of social media thinking like other people are doing important things. It's because our phone, it almost makes us superhuman. It's this tool that we have that gives us access to all of this information and all of these applications and things that we can use to kind of better ourselves, right? So without that tool, I felt like I was missing out on something, like there was some sort of inadequacy in myself, just me being myself, because I didn't have that tool that gave me access to like these superhuman powers. It made me feel like I was missing out on all of this information on being able to like be a superhuman, so to speak. I thought that was interesting because normally when people talk about FOMO, they talk about in terms of strictly like social media and seeing what other people are doing and being like, I should do that. But it wasn't in terms of social media. It was strictly just because I didn't have my phone. I felt like I was missing out on utilizing these tools. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you gained something from it and that you sit back and you think about your relationship with your phone and how you want it to be. And instead of just setting boundaries with other people, we should start setting boundaries with ourselves and our technological devices as well, which is interesting that we have to do that because it's almost like you're looking at your phone as a person, but it's not a person. I don't know. It's weird.
Go ahead.